Hey guys, it's your girl Carrie. Now I know I have been gone for quite some time, but I have just been living my life and I haven't been in the mood to record, but I have got my mojo back, my creative juices are flowing, and I am ready to be on camera and share with you guys once again. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing my dad's 75th safari birthday party. Now, those of you who have been with me for a while know I started preparing for this party last summer when I started collecting things, and I bought this fabric here. That was my jumping off point. So I'm going to share my tips and tricks on how I put together a masculine, elegant, safari themed birthday party for my dad. So the first step is the invitations. I was planning on making some beautiful, elaborate invitations, but ended up just sending out electronic invitations through text, not even through Eventbrite or anything like that, because most of the attendees were older, and some of them did not know how to, log on to the phones, log on to email, sign up, respond, click, and all that. So we just sent out the invitations via text, so they could just have all of the information and could make their arrangements to come into town. The party was for 40 to 50 folks, and 80 to 85% of those people were coming from out of town. And so after the invitations were sent, I had to figure out the decor and the logistics and the food and entertainment for the party. Now, we held the party here at my home, and it worked out perfectly because, the backdrop to my home, I have quite a few things that could fit into the whole safari theme. So I am going to turn the camera around and share with you the decorations and the pieces that I used and chose to put together this party. So the first set of items I'm going to show are things that I've already had, and that's my #1 principle. Start off with what you have and build on from there. So first off, I'm going to start off with what I already had, and this was the fabric. I actually purchased this last year. I also picked up this fabric here. It looks kind of masculine and also a little bit, urban. Now here are the items that I already had in my home, in my stash. First off, you guys have seen this many, many times. It's a 3-tiered matte gold tray. We were going to use those for appetizers. That worked out great. These vases here that are in the niches, those are already there. They've been there and they fit well with the entire scheme. These, I love. These are my little reindeer deer glasses, martini glasses. I pull these usually out during the Christmas and fall, the Thanksgiving and Christmas season, but I figured, we could probably use these even though they are deer. We can act like they are antelope, because I don't think deer are in Africa, but antelope are, and that kind of fits a safari theme. I also have these wooden candlestick holders that look like antlers. I've had these for about 10 years now, and I thought these would work great. I have about 2 of each size, so I have 6 of these, and I thought I could incorporate these into the decor. I have these plates here. Had these for a while from the Dollar Tree, and I thought, this could be an abstract zebra. I know you're probably thinking, Carrie, what? But everything doesn't have to be literal, and I thought I'd use these as the plates to sit in front of all the chafing dishes upstairs when we serve the food, and you can put your spoon, the serving spoon on there when you're not, scooping food out of the chafing dish. I had this, I don't know for how long. I had this beautiful zebra can opener, and able to use that. And then I had here You guys know I've picked this up a couple of years ago. I had several of these bowls with the deer head on them. I used them around Thanksgiving and Christmas, but I figured, hey, we can act like these are antelope and use them for the party as well. Since we have a matte gold, it's not a shiny gold, but it's kind of like a matte antique gold theme going on, I figured this huge champagne bucket, we could use this for upstairs and fill it with ice, use it as an ice bucket, and also put some drinks in there. And here's a quick tip: if you use a metal champagne bucket, you want to think about what you're placing it on and to have something underneath it to catch the condensation, because if this big ginormous thing is filled with ice, it's going to sweat, and if you sit it on top of wood or some other surface, you might damage it. So make sure you have something to collect the condensation of the water that's going to sweat off this, you know, a metal champagne bucket. Then next, I have this long tray. Love this tray. And you can just put appetizers on there. I actually, you know, stuck the deer there, and then you can just, you know, kind of make a charcuterie board or something like that. And I could put that upstairs on the coffee table for guests that want to sit upstairs and chat and not be in the basement. And you can pick something like this up from Home Goods, TJ Maxx, or Marshalls. And I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, it was like $24.99. I had it, you know, I got it some time ago. And now for the items that I actually purchased for the party. Again, you don't want to purchase things that you could only use one time. You want to be able to use it and mix and match with what you already have. So these 3 tiered stands, I picked that up. I picked up 2 of those. One's over there and one's here. And what I like about it, it's also that, you know, muted antique looking type of gold / brass, but look at the marks in it. Kind of reminds me of like an animal. Maybe, you know, it's not a cheetah. I think a cheetah has spots, but again, I like these little that little texture in there. It adds to the whole safari theme. And those, it's good to have a 3-tiered tray when you're entertaining, because you can put a lot on it and you can, you know, use the vertical space. I also picked up this beautiful burl wood pitcher from Ross. It was $4.99, and I was going to actually use this to put a menu in it, but I ran out of time, didn't get the menu printed up, but I still really like this. Another item that I picked up, you know, I love shopping thrift. I got this beautiful vase that kind of, you know, fits in with the safari theme. It doesn't, you know, say scream safari, but it kind of goes with the theme. You can throw in some pampas grass, and there you go. This vase was $4.99, and I will be using this later on to decorate my dad's home. And this was $4.99 from the Goodwill. I picked up this beautiful tortoise type looking, you know, stand. I got this from, I believe, I got this from Marshalls or Home Goods or TJ Maxx, one or the other. And that was $6.99. These 2 pieces I absolutely love. Look at this bowl. I love this bowl. It has the elephant, the bottom just so classy, and the bowl on top. You could use it to, you know, put food in it. I opted to put the plants. As you can see, I had 2 plants flanking either side of the 3-tiered tray, and I just thought this was absolutely beautiful. And I picked these up from Home Goods. A couple other items that I thought would fit right in with the theme are these beautiful wooden zebras, and these are actual, you know, natural real wood, and the price was right. They were on clearance for $6.99. I picked up 3 of those. I got 2 in the yellow and 1 in the white, and used that to decorate the dessert table. And again, as you notice, all of these elements are real, natural elements. Nothing looks really, kiddie or playful. They're, they're very elegant and masculine at the same time. I have some extra tags. I picked up several of these cute little leopard tags to give away as prizes when different people won different games. So I have some extras that I'm actually going to return. And then I picked up these plates here. I think these are so adorable. And again, these remind me of an abstract zebra. And I was able to pick up a set of 4 of these salad plates. I think it's $4.99 for the salad plates, and 4 of these dinner plates. And these were $5.99. And I got those from Ross. And finally, I love this big giant board. And you can use that to display food. You can make a charcuterie board. You can just line up, put some dips there. It just adds an extra element. And these boards are very inexpensive. You get a lot of bang for your buck. It's really, really large, but it's not that expensive. This board I got from HomeGoods, and it was $19.99. And then finally, here's the fabric. Laid out on the table, and I just think it looks absolutely fabulous. And what I plan on doing with this fabric is taking it off and then making it into a duvet to redecorate my dad's primary bedroom. Now, what I ended up doing with the plate is I just took one of the candlestick holders and I affixed it to the top and kind of just made a serving dish. And here's what it looks like. If you can see that clear tape, I absolutely love this tape. It is strong, nothing's going anywhere. You really have to pull that off in order to get it off. And I will leave a link in the description box below. That is a must-have if you are entertaining or decorating a dorm room or something like that. It's a 2-sided, thick, gel-like tape that you can, secure things, but just pull it off when need be. Love that stuff. So yeah, you can just set that down and you have yourself a dish. So here is the final layout. When you come down the steps and enter the foyer of my basement, this is what the guests saw. And this was the appetizer table. So when guests came, they were able to, get a plate and grab some food, and then they could head on into the basement area where we have the bar and grab a drink if they wanted a drink. And then as you turn around in the foyer, I also thought this bench goes very well with the theme. I've had this bench for, oh my goodness, about 15 years. I got it years ago from Tuesday Morning. Look at the beautiful rich leather on that with the fur lined. Love that bench. That looks safari-ish to me. And then I have this piece of artwork up there that I got from HomeGoods several years back. So I just think that also fits within the decor. And anyone that just wants to kind of sneak away from the party, they can kind of sit here and chat if they wanted to. It's just another area to kind of tuck away in the basement. Now here is a great masculine tip. You can mix the flowers. You don't have to do all kinds of floral arrangements when you're trying to do a masculine themed party. You could just focus on plants. And here, as you can see, the elephant bowl that we have here, I just stuck some plants in there. These little spiked plants from Hobby Lobby. One on that side and one on that side. And that looks really masculine. You don't need a bunch of flowers. You don't want to do a bunch of, balloons and things like that for a man. You want to keep it nice and elegant. And these are the normal vases that I have here in these niches in the back, and they work well Again, I don't have any florals. I have just the curly willow, and that just looks really good with the entire setup. And since there's white up there, I brought that white down here in those plates. And so that kind of like balanced everything out. Now the next thing that we did for decor, which I absolutely love, I did a DIY project where I took some old photos of my dad from when he was a little boy all the way up to adulthood, and then I had them printed in like a 3-foot by 4-foot print, and then my husband and I custom made frames to go around them, and I just used some old stain from, you know, in the garage. Also, that's a great way to make things look more substantial, a little more expensive when they're not, because I also bought those little flimsy, what do you call it, little flimsy signs from Amazon that say 75th birthday or different things like that. In this case, I have the 1948 sign, and those signs are very thin and flimsy, and if you just stick it directly on the wall, it'll look really cheesy. So we also framed that out with some wood and put it on the wall. And then we also made one of those huge pictures to hang outside on front of the door. And here is the picture that was hanging on the outside door. It says "Wow Thang" on it, and that's my dad. And the way we hung it, we just kind of rigged it because it was too tall and it didn't fit in the wreath hanger, so we just rigged it with some fishing wire and just hung that from the door. So we've covered the invitations, the decor. Now we have to cover the food. Now the food, one way that you can make the food look really nice and really elegant is to, instead of getting disposable chafing dishes, you can either rent or purchase actual chafing dishes. And so here in our parlor room, we moved the couch from that wall and put a table here and some of the fabric. And one of the ways you can step up your game in your serving is to use actual chafing dishes, not the disposable ones. And these worked really great because you have both the large pan inside, and then you have ones that have the half pans. So if you want to serve different types of food, that'll be great. And then I just stuck in a little plant from Hobby Lobby in between each one of the chafing dishes. And then the above sign, I think it went really well with the table. This was already here in our home, and the couch is usually on that wall. And I think that works perfectly with a safari and a map of the world. It just went together nicely. And then over here, we just have the buffet that's always there. Put in a few more chafing dishes. And then the sign, we just, I took some lettering from Hobby Lobby and just a grapevine wreath, and put the words "Wild Thing" in there, and then just stuck in a few eucalyptus branches. Nothing extra, because again, this is just kind of like a masculine feel. And then the sofa, we already have those fur type pillows, and already had that little cheetah blanket, so it just fit right in with everything. Now, as far as the utensils and servingware, I purchased these little plastic fancy round plates. They have the gold rim on them. I would suggest that if you want to do something like this, order these types of plates, these plastic fancy plates, that you would order more than you need. I was quite disappointed with my delivery because once they arrived, I would say a third, not all, not half, but a third of them were cracked. They weren't they were in a package, but they weren't bubble wrapped, I guess. But a third of the plates were cracked, and that goes for the same. And that is the same for the glasses as well. I ordered these, you know, clear plastic glasses with the gold rim, and quite a few of those were cracked as well. And what you don't want is for a guest to pour a drink in one of these glasses and it's cracked, and you have you know, drinks spilling out all over your floor. So what we ended up doing, so what I would suggest is make sure you open up everything, check it well in advance of your party. So if you want to go through and find the ones that aren't cracked, we didn't want to take the chance, but I already had some red Solo cups, so we just pulled out the trusty old red Solo cups, and that's what we drank from. And you know, we just had to put these aside. For entertainment, most all my dad's friends, they love to play spades, have a spades tournament and things like that. So we had some tables set up, and folks just, you know, played cards. Other folks just hung out in the pool table room. You had some guys just shooting pool, talking smack, talking junk, and having a great time. And then for those guests that did not want to play pool, did not want to participate in cards, we also had a really fun Jeopardy game going. So we download the Jeopardy app, and you can make a customized Jeopardy board. So we just made all the different you know, subjects about my dad, different things that relate to him, and then they could say, you know, favorite cars for 100, or favorite songs, or favorite music for, you know, 100. And so we just played an interactive Jeopardy game on the big screen TV downstairs, and guests seemed to absolutely love it. In addition to entertainment, we had a wonderful playlist. Everyone loved our playlist. We kind of pulled music from my dad's era, and then I also sprinkled in some, you know, songs that had, you know, the word wild in it. We had Tone Loc's Wow Gang, and then a couple of the songs kind of playing throughout. And several of the guests also took it a step further and dressed in a safari type way, or had animal print on. My sisters and myself, you know, we threw on some animal print. Brian also had on his animal print to kind of like, you know, make the party fun. And my dad, oh my gosh, I purchased him a shirt, you know, just in case, you know, if he wanted to dress in animal print, and he said, no, I already have something, don't worry about me. And he showed up in a red leather crocodile suit jacket. But he, you know what, he stood out, he, you know, he committed to the theme, and he had his animal print on. So yes, he had his little Wild Thing outfit on. And that was the end of the party. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And until next time, I'm going to keep calm and carry on. Bye guys.